Hello, everyone. Welcome back to J&J Podcast. I'm Jennie.
And I'm Johnny. We're so happy to have you here for episode 3.
How are all of you doing? Have you been practicing introducing yourself from our last episode?
We've been reading your comments on YouTube, and we're so proud of you all. You're doing amazing.
Today's episode is going to be really special. We're talking about something that every English learner struggles with.
Oh yes, this is a big challenge. Today we're discussing how to think in English without translating.
This is probably one of the most common problems English learners face. Do you know what I mean, Johnny?
Absolutely. When you're learning English, your brain naturally wants to translate everything from your native language into English.
Exactly. For example, let's say you want to say, I'm hungry in English. What happens in your brain?
Well, most beginners think in their native language first. They think, I am hungry in their own language, then translate it word by word to English.
Right. So if you speak Hindi, you might think, मैं भूखा हूँ first, then translate it to I am hungry. If you speak Spanish, you think, tengo hambre first.
And this translation process takes time. It makes your English slow and unnatural.
Yes. And here's the big problem. When you translate word by word, sometimes the sentence structure is completely different.
That's so true. Different languages have different grammar rules. What works in your language might not work in English.
For example, in some languages you say, I hungry am, instead of I am hungry. The word order is totally different.
Exactly. So when you translate directly, your English sounds strange and unnatural. Native speakers can tell you're translating.
So the big question is, how can we stop translating and start thinking in English naturally?
That's what we're going to teach you today, and I promise it's not as hard as you think.
Before we dive into the techniques, let me ask you something, Johnny. When did you start thinking in English naturally?
Great question. For me, it happened gradually. I remember when I was learning Spanish, I translated everything at first. But after about 6 months of daily practice, I noticed something changed.
What changed?
I started dreaming in Spanish, and I started having thoughts in Spanish without trying. That's when I knew I was really reverting the language.
Oh, I love that. Dreaming in a new language is such a magical moment. It means your brain is processing the language naturally.
Exactly. And that's our goal for all of you listening today. We want you to reach that point where English just flows naturally.
So let's start with the first technique. Are you ready?
Ready.
Technique number 1. Start with simple, everyday thoughts. Don't try to think complex ideas in English right away.
This is so important. Many learners try to think complicated philosophical thoughts in English and they get frustrated.
Right. Instead, start with basic things you do every day. When you wake up in the morning, think, I'm awake in English.
When you're thirsty, think, I need water in English. When you see your friend, think, there's my friend in English.
These are simple, everyday thoughts. You're not trying to discuss quantum physics in English.
Exactly. Start small and build up. Your brain needs to get comfortable with English first.
Let me give you a real example from my daily life. This morning, when I woke up, I thought, oh, I'm still sleepy. I need coffee.
Perfect. That's natural English thinking. You didn't think in your native language first, right?
No, it just came naturally in English because I've practiced this technique for years.
And here's a tip. Say these thoughts out loud when you're alone. Talk to yourself in English.
Oh, yes. Talking to yourself is one of the best ways to practice. Don't be shy about it.
When you're cooking, describe what you're doing in English. I'm cutting the vegetables. I'm boiling water. I'm adding salt.
When you're getting dressed, think, I'm putting on my shirt. I'm wearing my blue jeans today.
This constant internal narration in English trains your brain to think in English automatically.
Exactly. Now, let's move to technique number 2. Learn phrases, not individual words.
Ooh, this is a game changer. Jenny, explain this one.
Okay. So, most language learners use flashcards or vocabulary lists, right? They learn happy means happy, sad means sad, hungry means hungry.
Yes, that's how most people study vocabulary.
But here's the problem. Words don't exist alone in real conversations. They exist in phrases and sentences.
Exactly. Instead of learning just the word happy, learn the whole phrase, I'm so happy to see you.
Instead of just learning tired, learn, I'm feeling tired today. Or, I'm too tired to go out.
This way, your brain learns how words are actually used in real English, not just what they mean.
And when you need to express that feeling, the whole phrase comes to your mind in English, not your native language.
Let me give you an example. When I learned the word busy, I also learned phrases like, I'm busy right now. I've been so busy lately, and sorry, I'm too busy to help.
Perfect. So when someone asks you to do something and you're busy, the English phrase, sorry, I'm busy right now, automatically comes to your mind.
You don't have to translate from your language. The phrase is already stored in your brain in English.
This is why watching English TV shows and movies is so helpful. You hear phrases in context over and over.
Absolutely. You're not just learning words, you're learning how native speakers actually talk.
Okay, technique number 3. Create an English environment around you.
Yes, immersion is key. Even if you don't live in an English-speaking country, you can create an English environment.
How? Let me tell you. Change your phone language to English. Change your computer settings to English.
Watch movies and TV shows in English. Listen to English music. Listen to podcasts like ours.
Read books in English. Start with simple books, even children's books if you're a beginner.
Follow English social media accounts. Read English news. Surround yourself with English as much as possible.
The more you expose yourself to English, the more your brain gets used to it. It becomes familiar and comfortable.
I did this when I was learning Spanish. I changed all my devices to Spanish, and it forced me to think in Spanish every day.
Did it work?
It worked amazingly. At first it was hard, but after a few weeks, I stopped noticing. My brain just adapted.
That's exactly what we want. We want English to feel natural, not foreign.
Now, technique number 4, stop using a bilingual dictionary.
Wait, what? This sounds extreme. Johnny, explain this one carefully.
Haha. Okay, I know it sounds scary, but hear me out. When you use a bilingual dictionary, you're always translating.
Right. You look up an English word and you see the translation in your native language.
But this keeps you in the translation mindset. Instead, use an English dictionary.
So if you don't know the word excited, instead of looking up the translation, you look up the English definition?
Exactly. An English dictionary will say excited means feeling very happy and enthusiastic about something.
Oh, I see. So you're learning the meaning in English, not translating to your language.
Yes, this forces your brain to think and understand in English, not to translate.
For beginners, this might be challenging at first, but there are learners' dictionaries with simple definitions.
That's right. Oxford Learner's Dictionary, Cambridge Learner's Dictionary. They use simple English to explain words.
And nowadays you can also use pictures. Visual dictionaries show you images instead of translations.
Oh yes. If you see a picture of someone looking very happy and energetic, you understand excited without translating.
This is brilliant. Okay, moving on. Technique number 5. Practice with yourself in the mirror.
Mirror practice. This is one of my favorite techniques.
Tell us about it.
Stand in front of a mirror and have a conversation with yourself in English. Ask yourself questions and answer them.
For example,
Hi, how are you today? I'm good, thanks. How about you? I'm great. What are your plans for today?
this sounds funny, but it's actually very effective.
It is, because when you talk to yourself, there's no pressure, no fear of making mistakes, no embarrassment.
You can practice as many times as you want, make mistakes, correct yourself, and try again.
And here's the magic. When you do this regularly, your brain starts thinking in English automatically because you're training it.
I used to do this when I was learning English pronunciation. I would stand in front of the mirror and practice difficult sounds over and over.
Did your family think you were crazy?
Maybe a little, but it worked. My pronunciation improved so much.
See? Don't worry about looking silly. This is about your learning, your progress.
Absolutely. Technique number 6. Label everything in your house with English words.
Oh, this is a classic technique. It's been used for decades because it really works.
Yes. Get sticky notes and label everything. Put door on your door, window on your window, refrigerator on your fridge.
Chair on your chair, table on your table, mirror on your mirror.
Every time you see these objects, you see the English word. Your brain starts associating the object directly with the English word.
No translation needed. When you see your refrigerator, you think refrigerator, not the word in your native language first.
This is especially helpful for beginners who are building their vocabulary. It's passive learning. You learn without even trying.
And you can expand this. Don't just write door, write please close the door or the door is open.
Great idea. This way you're learning full sentences, not just individual words.
Exactly. Now, technique number 7. Think about your day in English before you sleep.
Ooh, I love this one. Johnny, do you do this?
I do. Every night before I fall asleep, I review my day in my mind, but I narrate it in English.
So you're lying in bed and you think, today I woke up at 7 a.m. I had coffee and toast for breakfast. I went to work.
Exactly. I had a meeting at 10 a.m. I talked with my colleague about the new project. For lunch, I ate pasta.
This is amazing practice. You're using past tense, you're describing real events, and there's no pressure because you're alone.
And if you can't remember how to say something in English, that's okay. Make a note to look it up the next day.
This technique does 2 things. It helps you practice English, and it helps you review your day and relax before sleep.
It's a win-win. Okay, technique number 8. Don't be afraid to make mistakes. Embrace them.
This is so important. Johnny, why are mistakes important?
Because mistakes are proof that you're trying. If you never make mistakes, it means you're not pushing yourself. You're staying in your comfort zone.
Exactly. Every mistake is a learning opportunity. When you make a mistake and someone corrects you, you remember that correction forever.
That's true. I still remember mistakes I made 10 years ago when I was learning Spanish. Those corrections are burned into my memory.
And here's the thing about thinking in English. At first, you will make mistakes in your thoughts. That's totally normal.
Yes. You might think, I go to store yesterday instead of I went to the store yesterday. That's fine. You'll correct yourself naturally over time.
The important thing is that you're thinking in English, not translating. The grammar will improve with practice.
Perfection is not the goal. Communication is the goal. Understanding and being understood is what matters.
I love that. Okay, technique number 9. Find a language exchange partner or conversation buddy.
This is fantastic for practicing thinking in English. When you're having a real conversation, you don't have time to translate.
Right. The conversation moves fast, so your brain is forced to think and respond in English directly.
You can find language exchange partners online on apps like HelloTalk, Tandem, or language exchange websites.
Or join English conversation groups in your city or online Zoom groups. There are so many options now.
The key is regular practice. Even 15 minutes a day of real conversation makes a huge difference.
And here's a tip. Tell your conversation partner not to let you translate. Ask them to keep the conversation moving.
Good idea. If you get stuck, they can help you with the English word, but they shouldn't let you switch to your native language.
This creates a safe space to practice thinking in English with support.
Perfect. Now, final technique, technique number 10. Be patient with yourself. This takes time.
Oh yes, this is the most important one. Johnny, how long does it take to start thinking in English naturally?
It's different for everyone. Some people start thinking in English after a few months of daily practice. For others, it might take a year or more.
The key word is daily practice. If you practice these techniques every single day, you'll see results much faster.
Exactly. Even just 10 minutes a day is better than nothing. Consistency is more important than intensity.
And remember, there's no finish line. Even native speakers are always learning new words and expressions.
That's true. Language learning is a lifelong journey. Enjoy the process. Celebrate small victories. Let's do a quick recap. We've covered 10 powerful techniques today. Can you remember them all? Let me try. Number 1, start with simple, everyday thoughts.
Number 2, learn phrases, not individual words.
Number 3, create an English environment around you.
Number 4, use an English dictionary instead of translating. Number 5, practice with yourself in the mirror. Number 6, label everything in your house with English words.
Number 7, think about your day in English before you sleep.
Number 8, don't be afraid to make mistakes. embrace them.
Number 9, find a language exchange partner or conversation buddy.
And number 10, be patient with yourself. This takes time.
Perfect. 10 practical techniques you can start using too. Let's address some common questions we get about thinking in English. Yes! Question 1. Is it normal to feel tired when trying to think in English?
Absolutely normal. When you're using your brain in a new way, it's exhausting. Think of it like going to the gym for the first time.
Your brain is a muscle. When you exercise it in a new language, it gets tired. But just like physical exercise, it gets easier with practice.
Question 2. What if I can't find the right words when thinking in English?
This is very common. When this happens, don't give up and translate. Instead, try to explain the idea using simpler English words you already know.
For example, if you can't remember the word excited, you can think, I'm very happy and I have a lot of energy.
Exactly. This is actually great practice because it forces you to use the English you know creatively.
Question 3. Should I think in English even if I make grammar mistakes?
Yes, absolutely yes. Grammar will improve naturally over time. The important thing is to break the translation habit.
Think of it this way. Children learning their first language make grammar mistakes all the time, but they're still communicating.
Perfect analogy. Grammar is important, but communication comes first. You can fix grammar later.
Question 4. How do I know if I'm making progress?
Great question. There are some signs to watch for. First, you'll notice English words and phrases popping into your head spontaneously.
Second, you'll start dreaming in English. Even just snippets of English conversation in your dreams is a great sign.
Third, when someone asks you a question in English, you'll respond faster without that pause to translate.
And fourth, you'll feel less exhausted after English conversations because your brain isn't working as hard to translate.
These are all wonderful milestones to celebrate.
All right, listeners, now it's time for your homework.
Yes, we want you to do something this week. Choose 3 techniques from our list today.
Just 3. Don't try to do all 10 at once. That's overwhelming. Pick 3 that feel doable for you.
Commit to practicing those 3 techniques every day for 1 week. Just 1 week.
For example, you might choose talking to yourself in the mirror, labeling objects in your house, and thinking about your day before sleep.
Practice these 3 things every single day. Set a reminder on your phone if you need to.
And here's the fun part. Come back to our YouTube video next week and tell us in the comments, did you notice any change?
We want to hear your success stories. Even small progress is worth celebrating.
Remember, every expert was once a beginner. Every fluent English speaker once struggled with thinking in English.
The difference between them and people who never succeed, they didn't give up. They practiced consistently.
You can do this. We believe in you.
Before we finish, let me tell you a personal story. When I started learning Spanish, I thought I would never be able to think in Spanish.
Really? Why?
Because translating felt so natural. My brain was so used to it. I thought, this is just how my brain works. I can't change it.
But you did change it.
I did. I used these exact techniques we taught you today. It took about 4 months of daily practice, but one day, something clicked.
What happened?
I was in a cafe in Mexico and I ordered coffee completely in Spanish without thinking about it first. The words just came out naturally.
That's amazing.
I walked out of that cafe feeling like I had superpowers. It was such an incredible feeling.
And that's what we want for all of you. That magical moment when English just flows naturally.
It will happen for you if you practice consistently. Trust the process.
All right, everyone. That's all for today. Thank you so much for joining us for episode 3.
We covered a lot today. 10 techniques to help you think in English without translating.
Next week, we're going to talk about food and ordering at restaurants. You don't want to miss it.
Until then, practice these techniques every single day.
Comment on our YouTube video and tell us which technique you're going to try first.
We read and reply to every comment. We're here to support your English learning journey.
Keep practicing, stay motivated, and remember, you're doing great.
See you next week.
Goodbye, everyone.
Think in English and speak with confidence.